What is good, YouTube? Channel FX here, man. Listen, I really got much to say. All what I need you to do is to do yourself a favor by watching this video to the end. I repeat, do yourself a favor by watching this video to the end. And also don't forget to subscribe, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also drop a comment down below on what topics you want me to tackle, alright? And if you're also interested in my one-on-one mentorship, then DM me on Instagram. Alright, the link is in the description below. Alright, DM me on Instagram if you're interested in my one-on-one mentorship. So with that being said, let's just get it. Business. So taking a look at Euro AUD. What do we need to do first? Like I always say, first things first, man. The first thing we need to do is to identify our trend. And looking at our chart, what trend are we in? We are in a downtrend. How do we know we are in a downtrend? Let's identify our market structures, alright? So we have this higher low right here, okay? Which went ahead and created this higher high. Okay, so after this higher high was created, what did price do? Price came down and broke below our higher high and created what? A lower low. So at this point, we are not in an uptrend, we are in a downtrend because price has created what? A lower low. Why is this a lower low? Because this low is lower than that of this low. You get me? Alright, so after price created this lower low, what are we expecting price to do? We are expecting price to create what? A lower high. Alright, we are expecting price to create a lower high. Did price create a lower high? Yeah, price did. Why is this a lower high? Because this high is lower than that of this high. You get me? Good. So after price created a lower high, what are we expecting price to do next? We are expecting price to go ahead and create a new lower low. Do you get me? What did I say we are expecting price to do? We are expecting price to go ahead and create what? A new what? Lower low. So the price creates a new lower low. Yeah, price created a lower low. Why is this a lower low? Because this low is lower than that of this low. Do you get me? So after price created this lower low, what are we expecting price to do again? We are expecting price to create what? A new lower high. And the price created that lower high. Yeah, price came up and created what? A lower high. Why is this considered a lower high? Because this high is lower than that of this high. Alright, so after this lower high was created, what did price do? Price continued back down to create a lower low. You get me? After price created this lower low, what did it do next? It went back to create a what? A lower high. After it created this lower high, what happened next? It went back down to create what? A lower low. Do you get me? After this lower low was created, what happened next? Price came back to its lower high and created what? A double top. Alright? After price rejected its lower high, what happened next? What did it do next? It came back down to its lower low. Alright? Is this considered a lower low? No, because this low never closed below this low. So this low right here is still considered what? A lower low. Do you get me? So after price came back to reject its lower low, what happened next? Price rallied back up and created a new what? Higher high. Why is this a higher high? Because this high is higher than that of this high. Okay, or this high broke price's previous lower high, which is this high right here. You get me? So this becomes our new higher high. So at this point, you can say that there was a change in structure. Okay, at this point, we can say there's a change in structure. Price is no more bearish. Now price is bullish. Alright. So after this higher high was created, did price go ahead and create a new higher low? No, price didn't. What did price do next? It came back down, broke its previous lower low, and created a new lower low. What did I say price did? Price came back down, broke this previous lower low and created a new lower low. So at this point, you can also say price has changed structure. We are no more in an uptrend. We are back to our downtrend. Why? Because price failed to create a higher low. Okay, it failed to create a higher low. And what did it create? A lower low. Do you get me? So at this point, we would say we are still bearish. So after price creates this lower low, alright, what are we expecting price to do next? We're expecting price to retrace back a little bit and create what? A newer lower high, so that we continue back to the downside. I repeat, after price creates this lower low, what are we expecting price to do? We are expecting price to retrace a little bit to create a what? A new lower high, so we can continue back to the downside. Do you get me? Good. So now let's go to the H1 time frame and let me teach you all how I caught 100 pips on this retracement. So coming to our H1 time frame, where do we go from here? What do we do first? We first identify the H1 time frame's market structures, like how we did on the H4, right? So now let's identify the H1 time frame market structures. So we have this lower low, which created this lower high. Price went ahead and created this lower low, came back up to create this lower high, continued back down to create this lower low, came back down to create this lower high, continued back down to create this lower low, came back up to create this lower high. After this lower high was created, what did it do next? It created what? A higher low. Why is this a higher low? Because this low is higher than that of this low. Okay, so after price created this higher low, what did it do next? It went ahead and broke its previous lower high and created what? A new higher high. So at this point, the H1 time frame is telling us that it's no more bearish, it's bullish. Why? Because there's a shift in structure. Okay, why? Because there's a shift in structure. Okay, we are no more bearish, we are bullish now. Alright, so after this higher high was created, what did price do? It came back down, created a new higher low, and will continue back up. Do you get it? Good. But one thing we realize is, after the shift in structure, right, we can see that price was trading within this channel. If I'm to draw my trend line to touch our highs, we realize that price was trading within this channel. Alright, so this is our first trend line. So we have our first touch here, and we have our second touch here. And if we are to draw our second trend line to touch the lows, we realize that price was bouncing off at this point and this point. Do you understand? So one thing we realized after drawing the point was price was trading within this channel right here. Okay, so anytime it came to retest the trend line, it bounced back to the upside to retest the opposite trend line. After it retested the opposite trend line, what does it do next? It goes back to retest the other trend line. After it retests the other trend line, what does it do next? It comes back down to retest the trend line. Alright, so after I saw this happening, after I saw price trading within this channel, what did I do? All I did was to draw an inner trend line from this point, or from this retest through to this retest. Do you get me? I repeat, all I did was I took my trend line, drew from this higher high or this retest, this second retest of the trend line through to this side of the trend line. Do you get me? So after I drew this inner trend line, what was I waiting for? All I was waiting for was a breakout of the trend line. Okay, I repeat, all I was waiting for was the breakout of the trend line. And where do we get a breakout of the trend line? Right here with this bullish engulfing candlestick. Look at how price reacted along the trend line. When price came back down, what did he do? It went back up, rejected the trend line, came back down, went back up, rejected the trend line, came back, bounced off of this trend line, went back up, rejected the trend line again for the last time, and finally broke out of it with a bullish engulfing candle. Why is this a bullish engulfing candle? Look at how this black candle engulfed the red candle. Not only that, it also closed above our trend line. Do you get me? Let me go back again. I repeat. Look at how price rejected along this trend line. Look at how price rejected along our inner trend line. Okay. But when it got here and rejected for the last time, what did he do? He finally broke out with a bullish engulfing candlestick. Alright, so after the breakout of the bullish engulfing candlestick, what do I do? That's where I enter my trade. So my entry is right after the close of the bullish engulfing candlestick, or right after the close of the breakout candle. And my stop loss is right below the wicks of this candlestick. And my take profit is right to where the trend line. That's where I was expecting price to get to. Good. So that was why I placed my take profit, which gives me a risk to reward of 1:5. You know, risking 22 pips to make 125 pips. As simple and easy as that. You get me? As simple and easy as that. In case you don't understand anything I did, go back and watch the video over and over again until you get what I was doing, right? So I like to end my video at this juncture, but before you click off, make sure you subscribe, like this video, drop a comment down below on what topics you want me to tackle. Alright, and like I said earlier on, in case you're interested in my one-on-one mentorship, DM me on Instagram. Alright, DM me on Instagram. I got you. DM me on Instagram and let me know. Alright, and also make sure to follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description below. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Alright, with that being said, see you in the next video. Charon FX, I'm out. Peace.